the angles are a bit too steep. Yeah, it should be with the other controller. These notches work better, so I will have to work on this one some more. Yeah, and something that I didn't talk about yet at all is modifying the shoulder triggers. Some people have asked me to tell them how I do it. And basically, when you compare this one here, this controller is not modified at all, and this one here, maybe you'll notice that the L trigger and R trigger, they don't stick out as much with the modified controller. Yeah, and I did that because I think it's easier to power shield this way, because the distance you have to travel through that triggers analog shield that interferes with power shielding is shorter when the shoulder triggers don't stick out that much. Yeah, and because of that you're less likely to get stuck in analog shield, and that prevents you from power shielding. So yeah, I'm gonna open this controller and show you how I got them to yeah, stay in like that. Actually, I'm gonna open the other one that's modified too, because I'm gonna have to, yeah, improve the notches on this one anyway. Okay, I'm not sure if someone's still here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it was Spider-Man who asked me how I get them to be like that. Yeah. Maybe he's watching, otherwise he'll have to watch the past broadcast. Yeah, and of course it's not really hard to do all of these modifications, but if you don't want to do them, then yeah, I can order new controllers and do them for you. So if you want that, then just PM me on Smashboards. Okay, so I hope this will be possible to see on the stream. Unfortunately, my webcam is not that sharp. Okay, so these are the sliding potentiometers, and yeah, what I did is to prevent these are connected to the shoulder triggers. So if I prevent these from going up more than I want them to, then also the triggers will also stay in that notch. So what I did is I took a plastic bottle, and yeah, this will be hard for you to see because the pieces that I cut from the plastic bottle are very small, and I'm not sure if I even, yeah, I do have some of them still. So yeah, what I do is I take this thing here, that's just from a plastic bottle, a small piece, maybe yeah, it's roughly 13 millimeters by 3 millimeters, and then I fold it in 3 ways so that I have it like a C. This will be hard for you to see, unfortunately. Like this, maybe you can just, yeah, like this. And this thing, I will then slide into or push into the sliding potentiometer, so it firmly stays within the sliding potentiometer and does not go out, but prevents the sliding knob itself from moving that far up. Yeah, and it takes a bit of fiddling around until it's in the correct position. But once it is, it won't go out any longer unless you force it out, but not from playing. Yeah, and your shoulder triggers won't stick in that much. Yeah, other modifications that I usually do to the triggers are perforating the rubber plates, like this small thing here, this rubber plate. That's the part of the controller that determines how clicky the shoulder triggers will feel. You probably all know that new controllers usually they do very loud clicky noises, like this one here. And the resistance you have to push through to get the digital press for the power shield and hard shield is quite high. So what I do is I take them out to lower the resistance and to have less click noise. I take them out, and with a small needle I perforate them at usually 4 to 8 places. For about 1 millimeter is the size of each hole. Yeah, and then I put them back in. And what I also do is with this one I cut off a small piece of the spring. I won't take it out now because the screws are already they won't hold much longer. Yeah, anyway, and what I also do is and I didn't explain why I reduced the length of the springs. Yeah, the reason for that is to lower the resistance for moving through the analog zone. So you can still light shield and there will be resistance from the spring, but it won't be that much, so you can quickly move through the analog zone to the digital press. Yeah, so it's for power shielding mostly that I take out a part of the spring. Yeah, and some of you, some people on Smashbots have complained that their triggers often get stuck, especially when they don't press it here, but more here or here. Yeah, and to prevent that, I put in silicone oil in the yeah, it's hard to show you this, but essentially the sliding parts are tubes, and I put silicone oil in between them so they don't get stuck. It's really easy if you take them out. Yeah, and this works quite well. Yeah. But when putting them together, you have to be careful because you can't just put them together. This will cause your shoulder triggers to be stuck for as long as you have your controller like that. So when putting it together, you have at the same time to press to slightly deplete the L and R triggers, so that these holes here, this one and this one, will tightly connect to these knobs. So these should go inside here. So you have to push them downward slightly, and then put it down, and then check whether it's correct before screwing it together. Yeah, and if it feels like it's supposed to be, then yeah. And another thing that I did here is to put in another control stick knob instead of the C stick knob, and I do this because I personally prefer to do aerials like that. So for example, for Fox, if you want to do a fast shorter or full jump up air, then I think it's easier to do the up air like this, but it's prevented in debug mode. I have to first turn debug mode off, develop mode. Okay. Yeah, so I think it's easier to do up airs like this. So I full jump with Y, and then with my thenar I push the C stick up. Yeah, and I also like that from Earth, because yeah, mouth, you can quite easily do short top double forward air with like this in both directions, and also while being completely free in your in the direction you move while doing forward airs. So that's why I prefer to have it like that on my controllers, with the control stick knob on the C stick. But yeah, Gar didn't ask for that, so I will put the C stick in again, unless he wants this too. Yeah, and I especially think it's good to have it like that for Captain Falcon, because with Falcon you often want to do very fast short up aerials, and I personally think it's hard to do it with A while retaining much of the forward momentum, but with Y and C stick you can still retain almost everything of your forward momentum from the dash or run. Yeah, and do the up air as soon as possible.